political forces coexist in the European Parliament, all of them with the goal of preserving and finding a solution to the real necessities of citizens. One of them is Jorge Buxadé, a Barcelona native, who is a Eurodeputy for the Patriots in Europe and also a member of Vox in Spain. Deputy Buxadé has always been very critical of the irregular entrance of immigrants into or across European borders, just like he has also been a firm defender of long-century traditions. Jorge, it is a pleasure to have you here with us today, and we hope you're enjoying this weekend. We hope you're finding yourself at home.
It's a pleasure being here.
Well, I'm glad. Jorge, we have found you debating this morning with different left-wing other deputies on the topic of irregular migration. A great number of people must move outside their home countries, as you may know, due to bigger issues such as wars. Something that has been happening repeatedly and increasingly in the Middle Eastern area. So what is it that the Patriots suggest to all of these displaced people if they cannot open or enter in a regular manner in Europe?
Well, this is a great question, and this is what all the debate was about. What do we do with these people that are asking for being refugees in our countries? First of all, there's a huge difference between being a refugee and being an immigrant. My party, what is mostly opposed about, it's illegal immigrants. But refugees is something that international rights accept. It's not something that we reject, it's something we would like it would be more regulated. We support refugees, we do not support illegal immigrants. There is a huge difference in these two different statements. And regarding refugees, we would like them to be, of course, more regulated in order not to overwhelm our countries nor our continent with other international issues in our borders.
Okay, I understand. Well, now also today the Russia-Ukrainian conflict, it's at its peak. And the Patriots have been showing support for taking in Ukrainian refugees. So really, is it different from the Syrian crisis right now? I mean, both of them are going through wars, conflicts. These are bigger powers that are overpowering them. So what really is different?
The main difference is that Ukrainian people had been attacked inside their borders. Syrian war started as a civil conflict. And mainly, Ukrainian conflict is happening in Europe, and Syrian conflict it's not happening in Europe.
Okay. Many of the people who find themselves amid these conflicts are women, so they must leave their families, their homes, and their children for them to find a better place to live. We know that what other social democrat parties in European society propose, other more open approaches to the situation that offer them, these women, more stable guarantees in an attempt to improve their life quality. Regarding the Patriots, what is it that you are doing to ensure that the lives of these Middle Eastern women are not subject to sexist violence or labor exploitation?
Do you mean inside our borders or their countries?
Their countries, and also, Syrian immigrants that are currently under European protection territory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, first of all, we are a Christian value-based party. What means that what you are talking about, abuse, sexual harassment, and everything, of course, we oppose that. We are against any kind of violence, but these kinds of violence are perpetrated by Muslim countries and Muslim religions, which do not match my party values. And what's more, we are also a liberal party, what means it's up to them. It's their decision. They have the right to leave those countries or stop being Muslims or choosing what doing with their lives. So we do not really propose any kind of proposals for them, as it's up to them.
Jorge, we know that you belong to the Opus Dei, a religious organization founded by José María Escrivá de Balaguer some decades ago. Now, keeping in mind the multipolar and changing world that we are currently in, which do you think that should be the behavior of Christians regarding these people? Christian religion does spread a message of helping the neighbor and protecting everybody equally.
Yes, and respecting each other. But our policies are not about treating people unequally. It's about protecting our people, and it's about remembering how should we treat each other in a society, not erasing the laws that society are guided by. And that is what multiculturalism and a strong globalization would be able of doing.
Is it then that you perceive a lack of respect from the Muslim community towards European culture and traditions?
Well, we are not talking about European culture, but about religion. As you mentioned, I was from Opus Dei, and you were asking me since from a Christian perspective. And every year in Syria and many countries, thousands of Christians are killed by Muslim people.
Okay, so let's move instead of immigrants who enter the countries irregularly. Let's talk about those who do achieve the hardship of entering one of our European countries regularly. In any way, many obstacles do come their way, whether it comes in the form of finding a romantic partner or getting a job, or, well, you know the hardships. Do you believe that immigrants who do enter the European Union this way should be expected to do so with a minimum of knowledge of our traditions? If so, how would you go about it?
I didn't understand your question. Is addressed towards cultural integration?
Exactly.
Cultural integration is possible if both ways are willing to. If you are coming to my country, you should learn my culture and my traditions and respect them, not create ghettos. But that is the problem we have with immigration, and that is the main point of my party, rejecting this kind of immigration.
Well, there are many examples even here in Barcelona with language schools or integration programs, and there are many communities that Muslim or coming from Eastern countries that do end up integrating and are willing to do so. So let's just part from the goodwill of people. What is it that the patriots how would you go about it? How would your party incentivate or go on about these measures? Would you help people integrate?
Integration is something volunteer. It's not based on fundings, it's not based on money. It's based on the person willing to learn my language, willing to learn my traditions and my history. So, of course, if there's this goodwill you were talking about, they are working in my country, they are paying my taxes, then I don't see any problem. The problem is that that is not happening.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your intervention, for being here.
You're welcome, thank you.